Hi kids! Welcome to All About John Deere Special Edition, starring John Deere Big Machines. I'm Jeff. John Deere makes lots of different big machines. Dozers, excavators, loaders, graders, backhoes, and many more. So let's take a look. As always, we open with a song.
Exercise bike to keep yourself lean. You got your washer and dryer to keep your clothes nice and clean. But if you got a big job, you better get a big machine. Yeah, I got your dumping, pumping, big machine. You got your moving, grooving, big machine. Tucking, chucking, big machine. You got your filling, drilling, big machine. You got your driving, diving, big machine. You got your gleaming, steaming, big machine. If you got a big job, you better get a big machine. Now if you have a job to do, there's one thing that you'll have to find. You have to get the right machine, and you'll be done in no time. You got your VCR and your TV screen. You got your bikes and cars and even limousines. But if you got a big job, you better get a big machine. You got your dumping, pumping, big machine. You got your moving, grooving, big machine. Tucking, chucking, big machine. You got your filling, drilling, big machine. You got your driving, diving, big machine. You got your gleaming, steaming, big machine. If you got a big job, you better get a big machine. You got your rolling, pulling, big machine. You got your sailing, bailing, big machine. Slamming, ramming, big machine. You got your lifting, shifting, big machine. Flying, prying, big machine. You got your pouring, roaring, big machine. If you got a big job, you better get a big machine. Now if you got a big job, you better get a big machine. If you got a big job, you better get a big machine.
To get started, my pal Kevin will take us back to 1935. That's when John Deere introduced their first construction machine.
This model BI, the I stands for industrial, was introduced in 1935. It was John Deere's first machine aimed at the construction market. The BI was just a beefed up B with a heavier frame and bigger brakes. It was made heavier so it could stand up to the rigors of industrial work, which is harder on a tractor than farm work. Since the BI, John Deere has produced many types of construction and forestry machines. Here are just a few: backhoes, excavators, dozers, wheel loaders, motor graders, articulated dump trucks, feller bunchers, and skidders. All these big machines perform lots of different jobs. The jobs they do are called applications. Most are painted bright yellow because when they work close to highways, They want to make sure passing motorists can easily see them. Let's talk about excavators first. Excavators are extremely versatile. They can be used for digging holes, say a foundation for a new home, to dig a trench to bury pipes or cables, load gravel on a truck, break up concrete, clean out a pond, carry equipment, lots of different things. You can usually find an excavator anywhere there are building bridges, an overpass, or repairing an interstate highway. The main parts of an excavator are the undercarriage, upper structure or house, main boom, arm, sometimes called the stick, and the bucket. Excavators are fun to watch in action. The house swings around and the bucket digs into the ground, grabbing all the dirt it can. Then the boom raises the bucket, swings it around, and dumps the dirt. Before the dust settles, the bucket is back in the ground, digging for more dirt. The big crawler tracks help the excavator get it around, even if the ground is muddy. Crawler tracks are huge steel belts that spin around the track roller frame to move the machine. 2 levers control the digging, unloading, and swinging of the boom, stick, and bucket. The direction of the excavator is controlled by 2 floor pedals, 1 for each track. You steer an excavator like you do a dozer. Slow down one track and keep the other going at regular speed. John Deere makes many different excavators. The largest is powered by a 454 horsepower diesel engine, weighs 175,000 pounds, can dig 27 feet deep, and its bucket can hold up to 7 cubic yards of dirt. How much is a cubic yard? Picture a square of dirt 3 feet high, 3 feet wide, and 3 feet deep. That's a cubic yard of dirt. Let's talk about John Deere dozers. Dozers are powerful machines that run slowly on crawler tracks. They push dirt and rocks around. They go uphill, downhill, on the sides of hills, anywhere anything needs to be pushed around. Dozers sound like big bullies, but they're nice bullies. They call this site preparation. The dozer is spreading out dirt to make the ground level so they can build a house. When the house is finished, dozers grade the landscape and backfill the dirt around the house. To backfill, you pull the dirt back with the blade rather than push it forward. You want to leave a slight grade so water runs away from the building. Dozers help build roads, bridges, push trees around in the forest, build dams, canals, and work in mines too. Large haul trucks carry up to 40 tons of dirt. That's over 6,000 shovelfuls. This dozer's job is to spread that dirt around and be finished by the time the next haul truck arrives with another 40 tons of dirt. A large dozer holds 150 gallons of fuel, and its top speed is, well, you don't want to talk about top speed when you talk about dozers because dozers are slow. They go about 2 1/2 miles per hour. Heck, I can walk faster than that. Tony, our operator on this dozer, sits in a cool, air-conditioned cab. The controller on his right operates the blade, makes it go up, down, angle right or left, or tilt. The controller on the left makes the dozer go forward, reverse, or turn. To turn the dozer left, Tony slows down or stops the left track, while the right track keeps moving. The dozer goes left. To make the dozer turn on a dime, Tony reverses one track while the other goes forward. This is called counter rotation. Dozers also help fight forest fires. This 650H is equipped with a blade in the front and a fire line plow in the rear. The blade clears a path and the fire line plow digs up the ground. The idea is to keep forest fires from spreading. When the fire reaches the fire line, it burns itself out. The air in the cab is pressurized and filtered, so the operator doesn't even smell the smoke. The main parts of the dozer are the blade, blade frame, track roller frame, crawler tracks, and cab. If you are a skilled dozer operator, you can use the dozer blade for more than pushing dirt. Here we see my good pal Ray lift heavy posts out of the ground just like they were toothpicks. The John Deere dozer got its start in Yakima, Washington. In the early 1930s, Jesse Lindeman, a John Deere dealer in Yakima, came up with the idea to put track assemblies on John Deere tractors. Turns out it was a good idea. By 1935, Jesse was installing track assemblies on John Deere Model B tractors and selling them to orchard owners around Yakima. The John Deere Lindeman crawler tractor, called the BO, the O stood for orchard, was perfect for the orchards. The BO could climb steep slopes. It wouldn't get stuck in the mud like wheel tractors. And this was important because it rained a lot around Yakima and it was only 4 feet high, so it would go under the tree branches. It was powerful too. Its 2-cylinder, 4-cycle engine generated 15 to 20 horsepower. About 1,665 Lindeman crawler tractors were produced. It's a good thing collectors like Bill Kettlehut have taken the time and trouble to restore these great old tractors to their original condition. Bill has 4 Lindeman crawler tractors and is working on 2 more. Way to go, Bill! In 1947, John Deere purchased the Lindeman Company and started making their own dozers. But Jesse Lindeman was the guy who put John Deere in the dozer business. So when you see a John Deere dozer today, think of Jesse Lindeman from Yakima, Washington. He's the guy who started it all. When John Deere machines are completed at the factory, both trucks and trains are used to deliver the new machines to customers all over the USA.
Now here they come, riding down the track with old John Deere sitting on the back, chugging down the line. Nothing looks so fine. Lots of trucks and tractors of both, and that's not all. there is much, much more. Over hill and dale, with John Deere riding the rail. There's excavators and plenty of dozers and some graders and some big heavy loaders. They make quite a team with diesel motors and steam. Along the way, together they draw a big crowd, and people wave and give a cheer right out loud. It's a true American tale when John Deere's riding the rail. When John Deere's riding the rail. When John Deere's riding the rail.
Otto, you're dumping the wrong truck. What's wrong with you today? Now put that sand back in the truck and hurry up.
Oh no! John Deere also makes machines that work in the forest. The wood your dad buys from the lumber yard comes from trees. So do lots of other things, like paper and cardboard. People who cut down trees are called loggers. Loggers take great care to protect the forest. They always plant a tree for each one they cut down. Loggers know how precious trees are. Loggers use a machine called a feller buncher. It's called a feller buncher because it cuts down, or fells, the trees, then gathers the trees in bunches. Get it? Feller buncher. Today, Stan is the man at the controls. There is a circular saw at the end of that long arm. Stan maneuvers the arm to where he wants to cut the tree. Then he activates the saw, and the saw cuts through before you can say timber. Stan is working in a forest near Vancouver, British Columbia in Canada. After the trees are felled and gathered, a John Deere harvester trims the limbs off and cuts the tree trunks into shorter lengths. Next, a machine called a skidder comes along. The skidder pushes or skids the logs over the bumpy ground using its front blade. Or the skidder picks up the logs with a grapple and stacks them in piles where they are picked up by a John Deere forwarder. The grapple is a crab-like device that opens its jaws to pick up the heavy pile of logs. The forwarder is designed to pick up the logs, stack them in a carrying bin, then carry the logs over rough terrain to the loading area. Once in the loading area, knuckle boom loaders take over. They load the logs on trucks, and the trucks carry the logs to the sawmill. So the next time you see a big truck loaded with logs, you'll know where it came from and where it's going. As the logs enter the sawmill, they are first weighed, then unloaded, and stacked in the receiving area, where they are measured and inventoried. When the logs enter the mill, they are cut into smaller lengths, and their bark is removed. Computers scan the logs and determine how best to use each one. Next, the trees are shaped into cants. A cant is a log with one or more squared sides. The cants enter the gang edger, where saws cut them into 1-inch thick boards of varying lengths and widths. Then the boards are graded and sorted according to length and width. This must be a fun place to work. Everyone seems so happy. After all the shaping, cutting, and grading, the boards are finally ready to be wrapped and loaded on big trucks to be delivered to lumber yards all over the country. So that tree we saw cut down by a John Deere feller buncher ended up on a truck headed for a lumber yard, maybe to a yard near you, where your dad might buy some boards that came from that tree to build you a tree house. Hot weather is hard on people. Hot weather is also hard on roads. When it gets very cold in the winter, road surfaces contract or shrink. When it gets very hot in the summer, road surfaces expand. This contraction and expansion causes roads to buckle. When roads buckle, bumps are created, and it's the job of the State Highway Department to fix these bumps so the roads stay nice and smooth. We're on Highway 12 in Michigan, just outside of New Buffalo, a beautiful resort town on the shores of Lake Michigan. A crew from the Michigan Department of Transportation, also known as MDOT, is repairing some bumps caused by the recent 100-degree weather. Highway 12 is busy with both car and big truck traffic, so the crew's main concern is safety. MDOT signalmen with stop-and-go signs stand in front and in back of where the repairs are being made. They control the traffic. Before the work crew arrived, a highway inspector sprayed the bumpy areas with paint so the grader operator would know where the repairs were needed. A John Deere road grader with a special blade is making the repairs. The special blade has teeth on the bottom edge. When the blade is dragged across the bumpy area, the teeth shave or grind off the bumps and make the road smooth again. Do you notice anything different about this John Deere grader? You got it, it's painted red. Most John Deere industrial equipment is painted yellow. Michigan has 2 departments of road repair. One department works on county roads and the other on state roads. The county's equipment is painted normal John Deere yellow with white lettering. The state wanted their equipment to look different, so they ordered custom painted red equipment from John Deere. I like the red. I think it looks sharp.
Now you find some land and you plot it out. You have to have a plan, there is no doubt. Now you get yourself the right machine, and before you know it, you built something. Now you get a grader and you scrape the land. Push off the dirt, the gravel and sand. Scrape it good till it's nice and clean, and before you know it, you built something. It feels so good to work the land, build a road or your own island. It will give you such a special feeling when you get up one morning and build something. If you have a positive point of view, there's nothing in the world that you can't do. If you have a plan and the right machine, before you know it, you've built something. Dig a great big hole, you'll need a backhoe cause you're no more. Now grab the dirt and give it a fling, and before you know it, you built something. Now you got a lot of dirt piled in a mound. You can't leave that dirt just lying around. Put it in that dump truck's opening, and before you know it, you built something. It feels so good to work the land. You can build a road or your own island. It will give you such a special feeling when you get up one morning and build something. If you have a positive point of view, there's nothing in the world that you can't do. If you have a plan and the right machine, before you know it, you've built something. So take your dream and make it come true. The whole wide world is waiting for you. If you have a plan and the right machine, before you know it, you've built something. It will give you such a special feeling when you get up one morning and build something.
Most of the time, John Deere big machines are used to build things. But sometimes you have to tear down the old before you build the new. This John Deere excavator is using its front bucket to tear down a refreshment stand. For years, this stand sat behind home plate at a Little League baseball field. It served lots of pop, hot dogs, and popsicles. But now they are building condominiums where the baseball field used to be, so the refreshment stand has to go. Josh, the operator, uses his bucket to crush the refreshment stand into little pieces, so it will be easy for the front end loader to pick up. The front end loader will scoop up the trash, dump it into a truck, and the truck will take it to the scrapyard. I know we have to build new homes, but I'm gonna miss the old ball field. I used to play there, and that refreshment stand sold the best popcorn I ever had. Otto, you loaded the wrong truck. Now get back there and unload that truck right now. And I mean right now. Oh no! John Deere four-wheel drive loaders come in many different sizes. They are used mostly to load trucks. Today, Larry is loading sand into this dump truck. The sand is needed at a new housing development. Larry lowers the bucket, scoops up the sand, raises the bucket, drives over to the side of the truck, then tilts the bucket so it dumps all the sand into the metal truck bed. Next, he rolls the bucket away from the truck, backs up, lowers the boom, and goes back for another load. Larry makes the boom and bucket do all that moving around just by moving one lever. Amazing. Loaders are used in many different industries, like at a cement factory, loading rocks for building highways, or on a farm. The main parts of the loader are the bucket, the loader boom that raises and lowers the bucket, the frame, and the operator's station or cab. John Deere loaders are articulated, which means they bend in the middle or pivot back and forth to steer. Rather than having one straight frame with wheels that turn, the loader has two frames with a hinged joint in the middle. John Deere's biggest loader is powered by a 380 horsepower diesel engine and can load over 7 cubic yards of material. Loaders come with what they call a quick coupler. The quick coupler makes it easy to replace the bucket with other attachments like forks for lifting pallets, lumber, and trash for recycling. This John Deere loader is making a motocross track for Tom and Chris. The loader operator is my good pal Ray. Ray is going to make some bank turns and jumps. The John Deere loader is a versatile machine that can be found anywhere materials like dirt have to be moved.
Breaker, breaker, this is Johnny Popper in the John Deere control tower. Calling John Deere Diesel 1837. Come in, Harry. Switch to track 3. Uncouple your flat cars carrying John Deere tractors and pick up those John Deere dozers, graders, front-end loaders, and excavators. Take the dozers to Dodge City, the graders to Grand Rapids, the loaders to Laramie, and the excavators to Evansville. Stop by and see me next time you're through. Donuts on me.
Read you loud and clear. Can do, and see you next time. Don't forget about the donuts.
From city to city and town to town, hearing those engine pistons pound. People in houses wherever I go, liquor by like a picture show. This mighty steamer I'm proud to steer from place to place and year to year. I'm an engineer, hauling lots of big John Deere. From Iowa City to Santa Fe, San Francisco to St. John's Bay, Kansas City to Abilene, Buffalo to New Orleans, Louisville to Kalamazoo, Jackson Hole and Tippecanoe. to Sacramento, Baton Rouge to Amarillo, East St. Louis to Charleston, Birmingham to Galveston, Baltimore to Omaha, Chattanooga to Wichita. City to city and town to town, hearing those engine pistons pound. People in houses wherever I go, liquor by like a picture show. This mighty steamer I'm proud to steer from place to place and year to year. I'm an engineer, hauling lots of big John Deere. I'm an engineer, hauling lots of big John Deere.
Well, time to go. Have to do my homework. Hope you enjoyed the show. Bye for now.
I'm gonna pick it up. I'm gonna put it down. I'm gonna work real hard. I'm gonna dig that dirt right out of the ground. I'm gonna fill it up. I'm gonna knock it down. I'm gonna do it right. I'm gonna lift it up and slide it around. Just call me if you need a hand on a building or moving some land. If you need it done right away, I'll be finished by the end of the day. I'm gonna pick it up. I'm gonna put it down. I'm gonna work real hard. I'm gonna dig that dirt right out of the ground.
Left the others far behind. Only two cylinders make her go. When you hear that sound, everyone will know. Listen, chums, now here it comes. When you hear that sound coming through your town, the answer is clear, it's a big John Deere. First ever engine of its kind, left the others far behind. Only two cylinders make her go. When you hear that sound, everyone will know. Listen, chums, now here it comes. When you hear that sound coming through your town, the answer is clear, it's a big John Deere. First ever engine of its kind, left the others far behind. Only two cylinders make her go. When you hear that sound, everyone will know. Listen, chums, now here it comes. When you hear that sound coming through your town, the answer is clear, it's a big John Deere. I'd rather spend the morning with my good old
From the creators of the popular All About John Deere video series comes an all-new series, John Deere Action. More wall-to-wall John Deere. Part 1 covers the cotton picker. spring planting and cultivating, the 80-20 reunions, skid steers, motor graders, and much more. Plus new songs by James Coffey. John Deere Action Part 1. If you love John Deere, you'll love this show.
John Deere Action. Where people plow the fields until the ground. You won't find a more.
We first visited John Deere Heaven in All About John Deere Part 4. People enjoyed the trip so much, we decided to return and stay for an entire show. See John Deere toys come alive in this fanciful, fast-paced mix of toy trains, tractors, and big machines. TM's video magic will thrill and delight young and old alike. See Owen standard gauge John Deere trains zip around elaborately detailed train displays, along with John Deere toy tractors, cars, and trucks. Plus 10 original songs by our favorite singer-songwriter, James Coffey. Otto is in town, and his little switch engine is blocking the main line. And here comes the circus train. Oh no! If you love John Deere toys, music, and fun, buy this DVD. You'll love it. Guaranteed.
John Deere Heaven.
I love toy trains, one of the most popular children's series in the country. See toy trains, real trains, funny toy train bloopers, and the music of award-winning singer-songwriter James Coffey. 12 shows on 4 90-minute DVDs, plus the final show, a 45-minute special, and oh no, wall-to-wall laughs and fun. 14 shows, all on 6 DVDs. Awards include the prestigious Parents' Choice. For more information, call 800-892-2822 or visit us on the web at tmbv.com.
It's a wonderful kind of feeling. That's the reason I love toy trains.
Through my daddy's eyes and a child's dream, I travel along by a gentle stream, through the hills and the valleys low, to a time and place so long ago. Headed down that railway line on a steamer train from another time. I feel the wind across my face like a memory I can't erase. By the mountains and the rolling plains, it's all about trains. Come aboard, let's take a ride to cityscapes and the countryside. Travel far under starry nights and the gentle glow of the signal lights. Sing a song and tell a tale of the glory days on the mighty rail. The engine shouts and the whistle screams as we glide along on clouds of steam, by the farms and fields of golden grains. It's all about trains. It's all about trains. It's all about trains. It's all about trains.
I wanna fly way up high. I wanna learn and grow.
New from TM, all about airplanes and flying machines. The first and the only video for kids licensed by Boeing. 45 minutes of air adventures the entire family will enjoy. Join our narrator, Garrett, as he takes his first flying lesson. Enjoy the beauty of soaring over the Pacific Ocean with Buddy, the hang gliding dog. Thrill to the world's fastest motorsport, the Reno Air Races. This film also features heart-pounding formation flying with the legendary Blue Angels, plus blimps, paragliders, hot air balloons, helicopters, Boeing commercial jets, and a lot more. All about airplanes and flying machines, the best aviation film ever. Don't miss it.
Saddle up your horses, roundup time is near.
Don't miss All About Cowboys Part 1. 45 minutes of exciting cowboy action. See amazing trick riders, heart-pounding rodeo action, a world-class trick roper, original music by Bethany Zill, plus lots more.
My Phyllis dear, to yon blue mountain free, where blossoms smell the sweetest. Come roll along with me. It's every Sunday morning when I am by your side. Let's jump into the wagon and we'll all take a ride. Wait for the wagon, wait for the wagon, wait for the wagon and we'll all take a ride.
Don't miss it.
Visit our I Love Toy Trains outlet store. We have a fine selection of Lionel trains and accessories, both new and refurbished Lionel from the 50s. MTH trains, track and accessories. One of the largest selection of Thomas in Southwest Michigan. Plus die-cast cars, toys, books, and lots of videos. See 4 trains operating on our 2-level O-gauge layout. Even trains running on the ceiling. We have toys you don't see much anymore. All the popular I Love Toy Trains and Thomas videos. Our store is located in the charming resort town of New Buffalo, Michigan. Stop by. You'll enjoy the visit. We're open Thursday through Sunday, 11 to 5 Eastern Standard Time. Other weekdays, call 1-800-892-2822. We'll meet you at the store.